Hello everyone, good evening. So today's topic is Ahimsa, and we are waiting for Ankita Nadkarni so that we can have this conversation with her. And in case you're watching this on YouTube, because all of these Insta live sessions I end up uploading them on YouTube, so please make sure that you are subscribing to the channel so that you can watch all the other videos, and not only these yoga talks but also the workout sessions and about food and health in general. And I will just add Ankita to this conversation. Give me a moment.
Hi,
Oh
can you
yes.
see me
Hi.
now?
Yes, I can see you now.
Finally.
Oh, you got a new haircut.
Yes.
That looks nice.
Thank you.
Okay, so Ankita, today's topic Ahimsa, the first step of yoga. Okay, forget the asanas for today. The last time you were
Yes.
here, we spoke about asanas and how they lead to a transformation. So today, let's get to the basics, and let's get to how much awareness is required to actually understand Ahimsa in the truest sense of what it means.
Yes. It's very important. So the eightfold path or the Ashtanga Yoga. So in the first step of Ashtanga Yoga is the yamas and the niyamas. The yamas are the restraints, and there are five yamas, and the first one is ahimsa or non-violence. And most of us consider ahimsa as not eating non-vegetarian and
You just started with
you know
that.
yes, and become and turning into vegan or something, or
Exactly.
not, or basically like say harming others. We don't consider harming ourselves as a part of this, and that is the most important, because yoga always talks about duty to yourself as the first thing, and then
Exactly, yeah.
towards the society and others. So self harm, and not just self harm. A lot of people who want to lose weight or something, they just try some really strict
Oh,
diets,
yeah.
or sometimes, like especially students these days, if they are like very they have a lot of projects and all, they stay up late at night. So you are like you're not sleeping well, you're not eating well. Even that is hinsa to your body,
Exactly,
that is
exactly.
violence towards yourself, and that is the first thing that you need to look at. Only then you can practice outside, then you can think
True.
about practicing
I
towards
totally agree
others.
with that. And there was something you mentioned which actually didn't come to my mind, but I think it's something very important that yoga talks about duty to yourself before it talks about anything else.
Yes.
Okay, so I mean, it's first about internalizing, checking whether you are doing the right things, and then looking out whether who's eating what and who's doing what. So honestly, if you are a practitioner who is obsessed about yourself, like in the sense that, okay, whether I am doing the right things, whether I am following what I'm supposed to follow, I don't think you'll either have the time nor the interest to go around checking what other people are doing. So
Exactly.
that's also a different way of looking at it. And a lot of people have joined us. Hello, everyone who's joined us now. And today's topic is non-violence, ahimsa. And we've all heard this term in school, but it's time to like have a new perspective to it. And Ankita, as you are mentioning about self-harm. So before we could
Yes.
get to that, because that's finally the action which we do, let's talk about the thoughts that we have. So obviously,
Yes.
first is the thought, then is the action, and that's how you make it a habit. So let's talk about the negative thoughts that we have and how even criticizing ourselves is the
Yes,
first
I
step
was
of
just going to
that's the
talk
first
about
step,
it.
like being excessively guilty and criticizing
Oh yes.
yourself, being too harsh on yourself, saying statements like, I always mess it up, I always do this,
I
which is
think at
not
one
really
point of
true.
time, all of us have gone through this.
Exactly.
All of us have gone through this, and later on, like at first, if something happens, we always criticize that, yeah, what did I do? I messed it up. And after a point of time, you're like, okay, it was just a small thing. It
Exactly,
just like it was
right.
not even a big deal, but I made it look like a big deal.
Yeah, hello
So
Anushka,
this is
hi
what we need
there.
to keep in mind. Hi everyone.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, so and like after it happens, like for the first time, we don't learn from it every time we are doing that. Every
Yeah,
time
true, true,
we
true.
end up criticizing ourselves, and then we move on, and then we're like, oh, it was a. So instead, when certain things happen, we can always look at the positive side. Like we can always learn from it. We can look at a positive side that okay, this happened, but maybe I can learn from it. Maybe something else is good in that
True,
situation.
yeah,
So we need
right.
to look at that instead, and that's how we can practice ahimsa when
Perfect.
we are talking about thoughts.
And I think we are also somewhat conditioned for that. You know, right from the time you're a kid, you always get told that तूने कुछ गलत किया होगा. Like you must have done something.
Yes, yes, yes.
So it's kind of putting it in our head that you start overthinking from a very young age. Okay, but did I do something? No, but I didn't do anything. No, but everybody else is saying, so maybe I would have been wrong. So I think that's how you end up getting that
Yes,
kind of
yes, yes. If we
that's
are
what you hear all the
conditioned,
time.
that's how. Yeah.
Exactly. So, and I think there was one more thing we were discussing a few days back is how the entire, theory of, okay, I am not in a very great shape mentally, or I do know that I am not living a healthy lifestyle. It ends up becoming a funny thing for some reason. It ends up becoming a laughing stock. So you see it
Yes.
online, you see it with your friends, and
Memes. So many
yeah,
memes.
and you, especially
And
being a psychology student, how do you look at it from a very, very, like, obviously you're studying it formally. So how damaging do you think it is to actually not consider these issues, not address these issues, and to make it something which is like a meme or a joke or to just avoid it? So how bad is that?
exactly. So there are two things to it. Firstly, it may be funny to someone who is not going through that, but it's going to be something really triggering and affecting the person who's going through that.
True.
And secondly, even if the person who's experiencing that, if he or she, might just like, laugh it out and just suppress it,
Hmm.
the person
Right.
might just suppress it and not work on it. So that is something really wrong. That's something not right. We need to correct it. If there's something wrong happening, we need to look into it. We need to um, treat it in a certain way. We cannot make a meme out of it. We can't really joke about it. When we talk about you know not being fit, that is something, really a lot of people are suffering from that. It's like a proper mental issue, and making a fun out of it is really not good.
Yeah, and secondly, a lot of lifestyle, patterns and a lot of habits here. So I think the first step of self-care is to respect yourself. So in lines
Yes,
with
yes, yes.
Anamsa, let's just talk about the kind of harm we are doing to ourselves by probably not sleeping at the right time, by not eating the right kind of food, by depriving our body of basic exercising and movement, and especially in this time because our body is designed to work. I'm
Exactly.
sure even you've studied about how important it is to just
It
move your
is.
body out. And I
Yes.
think that is the first thing to tell people whenever they are suffering from anxiety, overthinking, that just move from that place. Just don't sit at one place. You just move out from that place, do something, and you will feel better. So in that context, we are anyway kind of restricted as far as our movement is concerned, or
Yes.
rather, we should be restricting our movement right now a little. So,
Yeah.
considering that, how important is it to work out, do yoga? We're not just saying we do yoga, but anything else. You could dance, you could, do other floor exercises or any damn thing. But depriving your body of these things is also, something which probably comes in the category of self harm. So,
Exactly. It
self harm
does
is not
very much.
necessarily me cutting my hand or doing something that extreme. So, yeah, because that's what people
Very true.
associate that with.
Exactly.
So it's not
Yes,
necessarily me
yes,
doing
very
something like
true.
over the board, but it is the daily habits, wherein we do end up depriving our body and our mind of so many essential things.
Yes, 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 very true. So, firstly, we need to accept the fact that this situation, what we are in right now, is going to continue maybe for another year or maybe more.
Sure. Yeah.
So, taking this into consideration, we know that okay, we cannot go outside the house, then let us be inside the house and practice, like not just yoga, anything. You can even walk
Anything
in
else?
your house, just to and
Okay.
fro. You do not have to sit on your chair in front of your laptop all the time.
Yeah.
Even though we have work from home, the hours are like a lot. But after that, just get up, stretch a little, move. You can even dance, inculcate some hobby. Like, we need to freshen ourselves, you know. Apart
Exactly.
from that, a lot of people are like, they are concerned about getting fat because they are not able to go out and work out. So when
Yeah.
this is the concern, we should cut down on our food intake. We should eat healthier because we know that we cannot go out. We are not exercising as much.
Yeah,
The
right.
exertion, like, we aren't traveling. We are not like going outside to meet
Hmm.
anyone. So
Yeah.
it's better to take other precautions. You can inculcate in healthy eating. Even if you're binge watching, I think you can inculcate in a healthy binge watching.
I don't know
Yeah.
how would that work.
Yes.
But yes, that can totally be done.
Because I feel I wouldn't really say that not watching a series is a good idea. I think it's fine if you just want to like relax your mind for a
Right,
bit,
yeah.
and at that time if you feel like eating, it's better to eat a salad or something.
But I don't know how that would go with the series. Like, I don't know if it would vibe together. Having a salad and
Yeah.
then watching
I
it.
it doesn't, but I think it's better than hogging on chips or something.
Yeah, right.
So
So,
yes,
yeah,
because
I think
because
a
we
little
really can't
awareness,
tell
yeah.
people to stop doing this, stop doing that,
No,
stop this. First, you
no, that's
come
not, yeah,
into
that's
this,
not
and
what we
then
are
you
into.
slowly stop. Is
Yes, it
what
has
I
to
meant.
be. Exactly. Now that we've come to talk about food, but before that, guys, if you all have any questions, please let us know. And if you all want to share any experiences that you all have had in life about what we are talking right now, so you all can just share it and we would love to, know that. So as we're talking about food, uh, being a non-vegetarian, I literally have had many people ask me this,
Yes,
that
yes, I can relate to you.
are you considering leaving your non-veg food because now you are into yoga and you're
Yeah.
somebody who believes into the philosophy aspect of it, which I do believe. So your take on that?
Okay, so first of all, I've seen a lot of people, even when I was doing my TTC, a lot of people switched
Yes,
from non-vegetarian diet to a plant-based diet or a vegan diet or
vegan
something,
diet.
and
Yeah.
they would always term that now I'm practicing ahimsa, now I'm practicing non-violence. And at the same time, some of these people criticize others and try to impose this thing that you should also become a vegan because that's how you practice ahimsa. But when you're criticizing someone, you are you know um,
I
hurting
think that's
someone else
that's the
by
second exactly, and that's the point.
yes,
There's a connection between Satya and Ahimsa. So for people who don't know, Satya is the second yama. Okay, so it's
yes, yes,
it's always that even if I want to be truthful about something, the idea is to be or express myself in such
exactly,
a way that I do the least amount of damage to the other person. So
yes, yes,
that's
yes,
the
very
reason
true.
why it is that way. It's the reason why it is structured this way that first you have non-violence and then you have truth. Because at
Mm,
times I may just be absolutely like truthful and I may just end up making people cry. So that's not the idea
exactly.
behind doing this.
Yes, exactly. Like, like a lot of people, even after like, what do you say? Like, even after switching to a vegan diet, are still maybe getting into a very heated conversation, or they are in some or the other, either harming themselves or others. They may not.
Yeah,
They still may be,
true.
not sleeping well at night, or may not be sleeping at all at night. So you're
Yes, and
still
also,
on the path of
uh,
hinsa. You are not
perfect,
really.
true. And also
Yes,
the fact that we're not encouraging that you should have a meat-based diet every day. So we're not
exactly.
saying that, so we completely agree that it is wrong and it is harmful for your body to indulge in meat like more than probably 3 times a week. So I think that is something which we are understanding. So the only point is that if you are having it in a balance, like that's what yoga is all about. And
Yes,
like
yes.
nobody's telling you to like completely stop eating, non-vegetarian food or to completely eat non-vegetarian food all days of the week. Like we're not talking about that. We're talking about a healthy balance because we don't know how economical it would also be, how feasible it would be if everybody just turns up being vegetarian or vegan. So it's not,
Yes.
I mean, and to be honest, the next issue which I want to talk about is the quantity of food that is wasted. So you go for a wedding, you go for any occasion, you go for any function, and we do see food being wasted, especially in these huge events and where you have these huge caterers arranging things for you. So I think that is equally dangerous because you're depriving somebody else of that food. So
Yeah.
we do have people who are, not able to afford food. We have poverty all around the world. We have people who need that food more than anything else. And I think we need to consider it from all the angles and not just stop eating non-veg.
Yes, yes, exactly. And after all, yoga always talks about moderation.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
when you are talking about, non-vegetarian and vegetarian, it tells you to have a predominantly vegetarian diet with a moderation in consumption of meat and junk food and other things.
But
It's
I
not
think
telling
most
you
of
to
us are
stop
that way.
something.
I think
Yes,
most of
most of us,
us do
even being a
have a bias that
non-vegetarian, you
way.
may not be eating meat on a daily basis or like all
Yeah.
3 meals or. So,
Yeah,
like,
we don't do
being
that.
in India, I think all of us are like that. All of us are having that sort of a diet.
True. So perfect. And guys, do you all have any questions? Because I would love to just answer that. I would love Ankita to answer those questions as well. And if not, then we'll just continue going with the conversation. We have some time left. And the last thing which I wanted to come and talk about is how have these concepts changed your life? Because personally for me, Satya comes easily, so I'm not really somebody who will shy away from speaking the truth. In fact, I love that.
Yeah,
I think it makes our life easier.
exactly. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. It
so
makes
I
your life
think the two
easier, and
concepts, I think the two yamas which I absolutely love, and I think they are naturally instilled in me, is Satya and the Aparigraha. So I love deleting stuff. I love, like letting go of, like, sometimes I feel extremely detached from my own past. And it has been, like, it's always been that way since the time I was a kid, you know. I don't like
yes,
hoarding things at home. I like bringing new things in. So I think these two are really like relatable.
yes,
But
yes.
I think ahimsa is something which we really need to work on. And how has
Work
this
on
impacted
exactly.
your life?
Yes, definitely. So, practicing ahimsa is firstly, it's like creating a positive environment, creating a more love and kindness
Hmm.
around you.
Yeah.
So when you're not harming yourself and others, especially when you're not harming yourself, it is a healthier version of you. And when you're not harming others, you are sending the positive vibrations, you are sending the love and kindness, and in return you'll accept that as well.
Hmm.
So I think
Great.
when you're practicing ahimsa, the first thing you will feel is that you'll sleep well at night. You'll always feel that I've not harmed anyone. I've done something good. I've done good deeds.
Yeah.
So you'll sleep very
Yeah.
well. You'll feel better. That feel good factor is always there,
Hmm.
and people will like you more. The way people see you will be different.
Yes, and there was something very interesting I read that like our ability to actually resist our urge in situations which are like which provoke us. So when you are in the middle of that situation wherein you literally feel like punching somebody, okay, and I do feel
Yeah.
that way, like to be very
Yes.
honest,
Yes.
but
All of
it takes
us
a
do.
lot of
Even me.
work.
Yes.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work and a lot of realization to understand that you don't always have to give it back. So especially
Exactly.
being a very rebellious kid, it naturally comes to
Same.
me that
Yeah.
I know I want to, if I have if I have the content to say something, or if I can have the last word, I would definitely want that. But then I
Yes.
think
Yes.
as I have
Yes.
been aging, it's kind of more selective. I'm not saying that I wouldn't do it, but it's very selective. So in those
I
situations,
think with yoga, the acceptance has come for both of us, and that's why these situations have reduced over time.
yeah, definitely, definitely. When I look back,
Yes,
I really feel that there has been a lot of improvement.
yes, yes.
So, how difficult do you feel it is to resist yourself in
It
those
is. It
situations?
is. Yes, it is. Definitely, it is difficult, and we all have gone through it. And even at times, even now, sometimes you just you
Yeah,
just cannot
yeah.
control.
You're clenching your fist and you're like,
Yes, you just,
why?
yeah. I think it's best to just breathe in and breathe out. That's the only thing that will save you and that saves me at that time, and I'm like, oh, forget it.
Yeah.
Happens.
Right. Yeah, right.
Happens. Yes, I'm just like saying happens. It's okay. That's
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing that's preventing me, and it's keeping me calm. Why am I putting so much effort? Why am I
Yeah,
wasting
that's
my
true.
energy?
Hello, Shreyas.
Just
How are you
waste my
doing?
energy.
That's perfect. I mean, I totally relate to that. And also the fact that, all of these concepts are somewhere at the back of our head all the time. So to be honest,
Yes,
of course, we may not really follow it all the time, but they do like take some place in my mind that I don't necessarily have to be angry, or I don't necessarily have to, say something and I can just
yes,
ignore it. So
yes,
I
yes.
think that this is something which requires a lot of awareness for you to even be mindful of what your
Exactly.
words are,
What your
because
words are.
like what
Because
your
that
thoughts
sorry
are.
is not going to really heal
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, true, true.
You cannot compensate for what you have already said or what you have already done. It's just
Hmm.
said and done, and you cannot take your words back, you cannot take your actions back, you cannot like gift something to a person and say that okay, ho gaya abhi. That doesn't
It's a
really
good
happen.
way
Like,
to it's a good way to cover up a little, but it may not always work.
yes, exactly. I mean, definitely you need to apologize for your mistakes and everything, but uh, once that happens, I think from next time onwards, you need to be more mindful and aware about, like, think before you speak.
Yes.
Whatever.
And like this just came into my mind right now. If you remember, like I'm sure you remember, but you have this sutra which talks about Maitri, Karuna, and
Yes,
Mudita,
yes,
Upeksha.
yes, yes. It kind
And
of
I
goes
think
in hand over here.
yes, and I think that it just like I just thought of that now, and I think that really goes well with
Yes,
ahimsa.
yes,
And if
yes.
you really want to practice it, like if you're really keen on practicing it, because I think this will change your life. Like you can just pick up one yama first,
Yes.
and rather than trying to apply all the five in your
Actually,
life,
once you start practicing ahimsa, Maitri, Karuna, the friendliness, the compassion, it all comes to you.
and I think
It
it can
all
also
comes
be
to
the
you.
other
You
way
just
around.
start practicing. Yes, yes, definitely. If you're being more compassionate, then definitely.
And I
It's
think if you're
both
applying
ways.
upeksha, if you're applying upeksha to a lot of situations, I think it will reduce a lot of hinsa that you go around doing. Like, so I think it is
Yes,
both
yes.
the ways. So it's
It's
beautiful
both the
how,
ways.
yeah, and
Like
it's
even
beautiful,
one
yeah.
yama can have like a really big difference, and they all are interconnected. The best part is.
Yes, that's true. But I love the connection between Satya and Ahimsa the most. Because the
Yes,
rest
yes, yes,
are, of course, important.
definitely.
I'm not saying that they're not
Yeah.
important. But if you really want to pick up something, then I think a lot of people can pick up even a parigraha. So for people who don't know, it means to like just not hoard
Hold.
things, because we tend to do that. And that is
Yes,
probably the
yes,
reason why we feel so good after we organize like a cupboard or after we
yes,
do
yes,
some
yes.
cleanliness. So I think
You
modern
know,
psychology is
yeah.
really like seeing the link between that. So your take on
Yes,
that?
yes. So definitely, like whenever like it's always suggested. Like I think even I was suggested once that whenever you are like very stressed or you have too
Yeah.
much in your mind, just clear up things. Just clear your study table, clear your wardrobe, and you feel
Hmm.
your mind feels more fresh. You feel there's a clarity of thought because when you see everything is clean, there is that clarity of thought, and it
Yeah.
feels so good and
True.
on the other hand, when you're like just hoarding, it's just piling up. So somewhere in your head also
Yeah.
things are like piling up. So when you reduce it mentally
Yeah.
also
So
it
just
helps.
shifting from the topic, like just from ahimsa, let's come to aparigraha a little. Because
Yes.
this is one thing which has really helped me a lot, and that is deleting messages
A lot.
and deleting pictures.
Oh
Okay,
yes,
I
deleting
love
pictures. Yes,
not just
my
to create
gallery
space in
is
my gallery. That's not the intention. Is
so
not just to create
whenever
space in the
yes,
gallery.
yes, yes, yes. So whenever I don't know if you can relate to this, but whenever I go out with my friends or even if there's an occasion, I'll click like almost 50, 60 pictures and then to select that one good picture. And
Yeah.
then you just don't, and most of us don't even tend to delete the other
Delete
pictures
the
because you're like,
pictures.
oh, let it be, it just looks pretty, let it be. But when you start deleting them, you feel so good. You
Yes,
feel
you feel
so
very
good.
good. Yeah. So I don't know
Yes,
why that happens, but I think it just reflects on well, like what's on the outside kind of, influences our internal
yes,
self
yes,
as
yes.
well.
Our
So maybe
internal
that's
self.
the reason. Maybe that's the
Yes,
reason, but and I think yamas are beautiful. So if somebody really wants to like take their yoga practice to another level, even as an asana practitioner, so I think you should
yes,
start with probably Satya or Ahimsa, and it's
yes,
okay to like fail at times. It's okay to make mistakes at
yes.
times because even like
In
we do
fact,
it
if you
all the
take
time.
any one yama or any one niyam and you just practice that, I think it
Power.
brings in it's too good. It's very powerful, and slowly you'll realize that you are starting to practice the other yamas as well.
Yeah,
Like if you're
automatically because they're
practicing
all
ahimsa,
interconnected.
you'll realize exactly they
Yeah.
all are interconnected. So naturally it'll come to you.
Yeah, that's a smart way of looking at it. So, and on that note, is there anything more you would like to add? Like just any advice or anything more which you have not spoken till now and you would like to just add up because we're coming to the end of it. So,
I would just say that practicing ahimsa towards yourself is the first thing. The self care, or not indulging in self harm, having good sleep, having a good healthy food, exercising on a daily basis, and just taking care of yourself, not just physically, even mentally. Like being more
yeah.
positive. Like keeping a journal, keeping a gratitude diary. I think
Anything
all
that
these
you like, yeah.
really help. Anything, inculcating in any hobby, or just dancing at times, like for
Wonderful.
recreation. I think all these things are really good, and it's a good way to start practicing ahimsa.
Yes, because that way we are also like diverting our mind to other things. So you're
Yes,
not dwelling
exactly.
onto the same thing again and again because you have other things to do in life. So I think the focus has to be on doing something rather than just, watching things or,
Yes,
whatever,
yes, yes,
relaxing. So it has to be about
yes,
you doing things. And thank you, Ankita, so much because this was an amazing topic. Okay, and the minute we
yes,
decided, I was like, oh, this is perfect. And
yes, yes,
I hope that we all get the strength to like practice our yamas properly. Because that's
yes,
the difficult part. I mean, asanas will come to you, flexibility will come to you eventually. But this is something which requires a lot of hard work.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, and everybody who's watched us, who has participated, thank you so much. And I will be seeing you all tomorrow with a very special like talk with Mr. Faraz Khan, who's a renowned musician. He is a music composer and has worked in the field of Indian music. Like he's been researching for it, he's been researching on it, and it is wonderful. So you all can watch, ask your questions, and understand why music is so amazing because I'm sure that's something which we all love. Okay, so please join us tomorrow at 6. And thank you, Ankita. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. It was so good to see you and talk to you after a
I
very
know,
long
right?
time.
Been months.
Yes.
Okay, chalo. Bye bye.
Okay, bye bye. Have a nice day.
Yes.